Hi there and welcome to LingoBuzz. I'm your teacher Laura and today's class is about clipping words. And I'm sure you'll be wondering, what is clipping words? Well, in the English language, clipping words is the process of reducing or shortening a word, keeping its original meaning. Examples of clipped words could be to say vet instead of veterinarian, or van instead of caravan. The shortening of words has always been a part of language evolution. Actually, English is full of clipped words. And even though this technique started as a colloquial or informal process, some clipped words have become the standard and they are commonly used in formal situations too. That's obviously because being shorter, clipped words are easier to spell and pronounce. And it is interesting to note that in some cases, the clipped form of a word is even more popular than the original word itself. So if you'd like to learn different techniques for clipping words and practice using them, make sure that you have subscribed to this channel LingoBuzz and that your bell is on so you know when there are new lessons ready for you. And don't forget to have a look at our social media where you can find mini lessons, lots of activities, quizzes, games, and much more. There are different ways of clipping words. One of them is the one used in front clipped words. This is what happens when the front part of a word is clipped or removed and only the last part of the word remains. An example of this clipping strategy is the word telephone. If we take the first part of the word tele and we clip it or remove it and maintain the last part of the word, then telephone turns into phone. The same happens with the word motorbike. If we clip the front part of the word moto and we retain the last part of the word, then motorbike turns into bike. Finally, another example is the word hamburger. If we remove the first part of the word ham and we retain the last part of the word, then hamburger turns into burger. Another strategy for clipping words is the one used in back-clipped words. As you can imagine, this time it is the back part of a word, the one that is clipped or removed, and only the front part of a word is retained. An example of a back-clipped word is gasoline. If we clip or remove the last part of the word and maintain the first part, then gasoline turns into gas. Another example is the word examination. If we maintain the first part, but we clip or remove the last part, then examination turns into exam. Finally, we also have the word gymnasium. If we remove the last part of the word, the back part of the word, and we keep or maintain the front, then gymnasium turns into gym. Our third technique for clipping or shortening words is the one of middle clipped words. As you can imagine, this time, the front as well as the back parts of a word are clipped or removed and only the middle part of a word stays. This technique can be seen in the word refrigerator. Here, the first part and the last part of the word are clipped and only the middle part of the word stays. So refrigerator turns into fridge. Another example as well is the word influenza. Here again, the front part and the back part of the word are removed and only the center stays. So influenza is shortened and turns into flu. Our fourth technique is very interesting. This is the one of complex clipped words. When we have a compound word, which is two words creating one concept, we sometimes shorten it by taking one part from each word, creating the compound. An example of this is the popular movie genre situation comedy. This long compound can be shortened by clipping apart from the first word and apart from the second. So situation comedy turns into sitcom. Another example is the compound foreign exchange. Very commonly, we use this concept in a clipped version, which is apart from the first word and apart from the second word, becoming forex. Finally, another movie genre is as well science fiction, which is as well very long. So how can we make it short? How can we clip it? Getting apart from the first word, apart from the second, and turning it into sci-fi. Our last clipping technique is the one of blending words. And this happens when parts from two different words, this time is not a compound, this time is two different individual words, but part from these two words are combined or blended, creating an entirely new concept. For instance, what is the meal that you can have between your breakfast and your lunch if you get hungry? We've created a new concept considering these two words. We've clipped them, blended them, and now we have the concept of brunch. Let's go and have brunch together. Another example is what you can experience when you are in a city and you can have that mix of smoke and fog. Well, that is called smog. Again, we get two concepts, we've clipped them and blended them into a new concept. The same when you go to the web, when you go online, because you have a seminar. Well, that is a new concept in education today, and this is a webinar. Amazing technique, isn't it? Now it's your turn to practice. I'm going to give you some sentences containing clipped words. I want you to focus, concentrate, and identify the clipped words in my sentence as well as what would be their full form. So go and pick some paper, pick a pen, feel free to pause this video for as long as you need, and let's practice. Our first sentence is, I'll take a plane to go to Beyoncé's concert because I'm a big fan. This sentence has two clipped words. The first one is plane, which comes from aeroplane, and this is a front clipped word. The second one is fan, which comes from fanatic, and this is a back clipped word. How did it go? Let's try with another sentence. My doc said that I need to wear my specs when I use my phone. We've got three clipped words here. The first one is doc, which comes from doctor. The second one is specs, which comes from spectacles, glasses. And the third one is phone, which comes from telephone or cell phone. Sentence 3. We usually have brunch at the cafe near my office. Here we've got the blending brunch, which comes from the word breakfast and lunch, the in-between meal, as well as cafe, which comes from cafeteria. Our next sentence is, when I was a teen, I loved sci-fi movies, but now I prefer sitcoms. Here we've got three clipped words. The first one is teen, which comes from teenager. And now we have two complex clipped words. The first one is sci-fi, which comes from science fiction. And the second one is sitcom, which comes from situation comedy. And our last sentence to practice is, I hope the net is good, because I have an important exam. There are two clipped words here. The first one is net, which comes from internet. And the second one is exam, which comes from examination. Good job! And that's all for today. Do you know any other clipped words? Then let us know in the comments below. I'll see you very soon, but in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you would like to continue improving your English, and have a look at any of these amazing lessons that we've already prepared for you. Take care and practice this, enjoy it and share it.